I'm WSA 9 Weather Watch meteorologist Topper Shutt. Well, Nicole became a hurricane on Wednesday evening, and it is still slated to make landfall overnight tonight in the vicinity of Port St. Lucie as a Category 1, so winds are 75 miles per hour. It's a low-end hurricane. Gusts are still to 85, and it's as of about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening, about 25 miles east-northeast of Freeport, only about 100 miles from West Palm Beach, though. Now, after that, it goes north of Tampa, west of Jacksonville, and then, boom, ends up into South Carolina, and then becomes extratropical. So this track hasn't changed much in the last couple of days, and this track making landfall near Port St. Lucie has really been kind of fixed for the last 3 days. It's been very consistent. The warnings haven't changed. Hurricane warnings, much of Florida, all of the Bahamas, and then tropical storm warnings across, well, the rest of Florida and also up to Charleston, South Carolina. Now, rainfall for us, the GFS keeps scaling back. Look at this little area of green right along I-95. That's very little. It's under an inch, okay? West, yes, either side of I-81, 2-3 inches, but now the bullseye is well west of the divide. Euro says still some significant rain either side of 95, an inch to 2, and then 2 to 3 as you head out toward I-81. So we shall see. In the meantime, you have one more day to do your preps, okay? Clear your gutters and downspouts and storm drains. I guarantee you they're clogged with leaves, and you got to clear them out before the water starts trying to get in those storm drains on the streets. Check your sump pump. A lot of times it's not plugged in. Maybe you're putting away your Halloween decorations and you unplugged it. Driving, keep a half a tank or more in case you have to go a circuitous route on the way home. Now, we have a weather watch alert for Friday. What are the impacts? Flooding is low but on the table. Wet commute's high, so expect a morning commute that'll be wet. Not heavy rain, but just wet, and then some heavier rain coming home. Power outage is low. Outside plans will be impacted big time. Now, here's Futurecast. So we have a little bit of light rain and showers by 5:30, 6 o'clock on Friday. A little heavier amount as we go into the day, and the winds will pick up as well. By midnight or shortly thereafter, early Saturday morning, we still have rain across the board, but look at the area of yellow. That's the really heavy rain, and that is now pushed way out to the west of the divide. Good news. Boom. By 9:30 in the morning on Saturday, it's gone. We have returned to partly cloudy skies. Winds will pick up as the storm itself is now in Maine, but that's going to salvage a pretty decent Saturday. It really will. Okay, now, GFS says nothing measurable by Friday morning, by Friday evening. Look at this, only about 1/3 of an inch to 1/2 inch. And by 6 a.m. on Saturday, we have an inch west of Leesburg and along I-81, but less than an inch in the immediate metro, including places like Bethesda and Bowie and La Plata. That is the American model, okay? Now, let's contrast that with the European model. European model is pretty similar, has 1/100th of an inch by Friday morning, but they agree on the timing and that it's going to be light Friday morning. But then by 6 p.m. Friday, almost an inch Gaithersburg and Frederick, and then by 6 a.m. Saturday, everybody essentially has an inch or more, except for our friends in extreme southern Maryland, St. Mary's County and Calvert County. So this is a little more consistent. This is the European model again, and has pretty much an inch across the board. Okay, so one final note here. It looks like now Hurricane Nicole will be the 4th strongest storm to make landfall in the U.S. during the month of November. Number 1 is Kate. Back in 1985, had winds of 100 miles per hour, made landfall in Florida. Unnamed storm back in 35, also 100 miles per hour, made landfall in Florida. Unnamed storm in 1861 made landfall in North Carolina. And then Ada, not too long ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, made landfall as a tropical storm in Florida with winds 65 miles per hour. But it looks now pretty much a lock that Nicole is going to have winds of at least 70 and probably 75 miles per hour as it makes landfall in Florida around Port St. Lucie, making it the 4th strongest November storm to make landfall in U.S.